Tell us about Quadrant and what role the company plays and how long it's been playing it in agri-tourism in Australia.
Quadrant Australia is a inbound and outbound agricultural tour operation. We bring people in from overseas to look at Australian agriculture, and we send people overseas to look at overseas international agriculture. The company itself is a merged entity of two previously competitors. That was Ag Tour from Rockhampton and Agri Tours from Albury, and we merged 7 years ago to become Quadrant. The experience of the two companies continuously would be 34 years of continuous dealing in this particular industry.
So, as I understand it, Quadrant in its current entity, has run some rather large international tours and events focused on agriculture. Can you give us a bit of a thumbnail?
On the inbound side of things, we've got groups coming in every year, some regularly. We've had some sequences from South America where we've had one particular organisation bring 7 consecutive years of bring groups into Australia. We have quite a few functions inbound looking at the beef events in Rockhampton. We've run conference tours, pre and post conferences, where people have come into Australia to do conferences, and then we combine that with technical tours as well. Plus we also have groups coming from overseas direct to us with small groups of 20 to 30 people that in fact want to look at Australian agriculture or specialise in particular aspects.
How do you find which farmers, for example in Argentina, might be interested in coming down under to look at what we're doing here?
The inbound groups are generated by our overseas colleagues. You mentioned ATWA before. ATWA Agricultural Tour Operators International is a collection of 64 members from 42 countries all around the world. They all with a common philosophy, a similar aspect to looking at agriculture. They have clients come to them, corporate clients or group clients come to them saying we would like to come and look at Australian agriculture. They then, that particular country then contacts us through our network, and we then handle the ground arrangements, and we meet them at the airports, take them for a 5, 10, 15, 20 day tour looking at all the various aspects of agriculture that they're interested in, and then we leave them at the departing airport.
Is it more social, technical, production?
It would be 70% technical in terms of production, not necessarily highly technical depending on the basis of the group. A typical tour would probably start in Sydney, would then coach up through the New England, spend some days on the way up, stop in Armidale for a couple of days of some of the discussions with the leading research organisations, and then push through to Brisbane, visiting commercial seed stock research organisations, technical people. We would do a tour like that probably in 10 to 14 days. If they wanted to go further north to look at more tropical cattle, then we push on up to Rockhampton, for example. That's just the beef industry. We do the same thing for sheep, different directions, different places. Sugar, again, we'd start off in northern Australia and work our way around that. Cotton, around this sort of area, but out a bit further west.